shit up.
Yeah, you got it. There you go.
I'm heavy, so.
So what are we gonna do?
What do you want to talk about?
We're gonna stop wiggling
Sorry.
the phone.
All I know is I'm looking cute. So. Look at this fine beard of mine. Remember when I didn't have a beard?
Yeah, you sure did it. And now we don't even know what to do with it. Like,
what are you talking about?
I'm not sure if I like it.
Rick Ross. Oh. It took me a lot to have this, okay?
And it's still
You know
patchy.
how many times I had to put lemon on my face?
Lemon?
And onion?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Now you're lying.
Nah, I ain't lying. Look it up. Look it up.
You didn't. You never did that though.
Yeah, I shaved every day and I squeezed lemon. Why do you think we would go through a bunch of lemons?
That is such a lie. That is such a lie.
That is a lie.
So we were supposed to go to the light show today. So that's why I didn't record much. So we're going to turn it into a story time. But because it's last minute, we couldn't even ask anybody what they wanted to hear. So we're just going to have to come up with it. So you start, Fed. What are you going to talk about? And then I'll just follow your lead.
What do I want to talk about?
Yeah.
I want to talk about how you fell in love with me. Because I was the finest dude you ever met in your life.
And how did you fall in love with me then?
No. We were talking about how you fell in love with me.
And how did you fall in love with me?
No. You asked me what I want to talk about.
Okay, so how did I fall in love with you?
Yeah, exactly. Tell him.
No, you gotta tell him.
You gotta tell him.
You gotta start.
No. You gotta say. I used to take my car and park it in parking lots.
Fernando, we gotta start from the beginning.
Why?
'Cause
Well, what's the beginning?
the beginning is how I would go out with, like, you would pick me up as friends so that you could go meet up with your girlfriend. Because your girl.
That only happened once or twice.
It happened like 3 times.
That's a damn lie. That literally happened like once or twice. Twice the max. And that's it.
Okay, well then I guess I don't have our story straight. So you tell our
No,
story.
it was one. I think it was twice. Maybe it was 3 times, but I think it was twice.
Okay, so we knew each other. So obviously we knew each other in high school, like from school. But we really never hung out, right? Until she asked me for these 1 or 2 times to go with you so that you wouldn't show up to a party, like a family party that they were having, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at school, what was our relationship at school?
Just distant friends. That's it. Nothing crazy.
Like we were just part of the same group. And not even. So we just kind of knew of each other?
Yeah.
All right. And then yeah, so that's how we started, like, that's how you and I started, like, one-on-one, because so his girlfriend at the time was not allowed to date or have boyfriends. So she would want him to go to the family parties, and then when they were there, they would just, like, pretend to, like, oh, yeah, we met each other here at the party, but her family or her parents didn't know. But his deal with her was that he wasn't going to show up to a party by himself, right? So then, ahí voy yo, de sonsa, to go accompany him. Because my parents would let me go out with, like, I could get picked up at the house with guy friends. And so they would let me get picked up. And then he would pick me up, and then we would go to her family parties. And from there, you would obviously hang out with her. And I was talking to one of her cousins at the time. So I guess it's, pues ahí nos llevábamos, ¿eh?
Yep.
Right? And then?
And then what? Go tell them how you fell in love with me.
So am I going to do all the talking?
No, I'm going to pick and choose. Go ahead.
No, you get the next part.
Huh?
You get the next part.
The next part?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we just started hanging around more, and you caught feelings. you know, and obviously you blindsided me. Caught feelings, telling me how much you love me and stuff.
Okay, no.
Wait, that's not how it went.
No, rewind.
I remember you. What was it?
No, so then, okay.
You paged me and
No.
you broke down on how much you wanted to go out
So no.
That you don't want me to hang
Stop.
around with thotties no more or something. That's what I remember. I mean,
No. So let me tell you guys. So then, after that, they ended up breaking up. You know, they were no longer boyfriend, girlfriend. And him and I continued hanging out. So after that, and it was actually, you broke it off, but it was something that she ended up doing. So whatever, that's not even nor here, near there. But they ended up breaking up. And so him and I continued to hang out. And we would go, like, I would ask, like, you started inviting me to your parties, to your family parties, or how did it go? For real, though, on the real.
No, I think we started going to, like, the festivals together.
The festivals, like the park outside?
Yeah.
Like the carnivals, or, like, which ones? Yeah, so.
Plaza Garibaldi.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one in Maywood, where you left me.
So then we just started hanging out one-on-one. And then he started inviting me. Then after a little bit one-on-one time, that's when you started inviting me over to your, like, family gatherings. Like, his family, still to this day, compared to my side of the family, has a lot of parties. Like, over the summer, it's a huge thing. We were, like, even the first year that we got married, we would go through, like, 6-8 parties a year, a summer. Like, so you're talking about, like, that's almost 2 to 3 parties every month for the summer. And here in Chicago, the summer's like 3 months worth of it. So it was a lot of parties in a short time. But long story short, going back to it, he started inviting me to his family parties.
No, but by the time you went to the family parties, we were dating already.
No, because the one family party that I didn't make it to was the one that you came back and you said.
And that's the one you paid.
No.
Telling how you wanted to go out with me. And
No.
You never met a fly dude like me.
So then.
That's what I remember.
Okay, so let me tell you how I remember it. So I remember that you went. So there was a family party that he wanted me to go to, and I couldn't go to. So fine, whatever. I don't know if I had something going on or whatnot, but I just couldn't go. And he ended up going to the family party. He ends up getting super drunk. And back then I used to have a pager. That's the only way of communication. So that was on a Saturday. And then he goes and he gets super drunk and he calls me and on my pager leaves me this voicemail, how much he likes me, that he really likes me. And I don't know if you asked me out, but you were just telling me about your feelings. So that, basically, because he was so drunk, it was like basically repeating the same thing over and over, how much he liked me. And that, like I said, I don't remember the exact words. Do you remember the exact words?
No, not
or what else did you say?
No, like I said, I remember you paging me and saying how fly I was and how you wanted to date me because I was the cutest guy you've ever met in your life.
No, he paged.
So I wasn't the cutest guy you ever met in your life?
Yes, baby, you still are the most handsome ever.
Just checking.
But he ended up paging me, leaving me this, like, 2 minute long voicemail on the pager. So the next day we had plans to go to a carnival, to go to like a festival, right? Like an outdoor,
festival in Maywood.
Yeah, something like that. Well, no, that's what it was. And so the deal was that he was going to pick me up and we were going to go to the party, or we were going to go to the festival. Well, in the morning when I woke up and I listened to the voicemail, I was like, okay, like even throughout the day, I think I remember like throughout the day getting ready to go, because it was supposed to be an early pickup. It was like at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, right? Because it was a Sunday and it was like at the park, so it was early. So I remember getting up and getting ready, but I was nervous because I didn't know what his reaction was going to be or what he was going to say. And yeah, by that time I had feelings for him, and like I was starting to like him and whatnot. But so he shows up to pick me up, and he says nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pretends like this page never happened. So like in my head, I remember being in the car with him, and I'm like, well, I don't want to bring it up. Like, what if he regrets it? What if he doesn't want to bring it up? Like, that's like for him to bring it up. Like, hey, did you get my voicemail? Did you get my page? You know, something. Nothing. He doesn't acknowledge it. Nothing. So fine, whatever. We get to the festival and we're hanging out, and two of my cousins were there, and they were kind of like the two girls that I used to hang out the most during that time. So Gladys and Daisy were there, and was the Grupo Montes that was playing. So then Grupo Montes is on stage playing, you know, and my cousin is like, hey, let's go up on stage and dance with them, you know, being groupies and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then I tell him I'm going up on stage. So me and her, it was Daisy that went up there with me. I don't think Gladys went up there with me. So it was Daisy and I that go up on stage. And so we're up there like maybe 1 or 2 songs at the most, like not even that long. Ya nos bajan, so we come down from the stage after dancing or whatever. And by the time I get down to the back to the park, or like to the floor area, he's like nowhere to be seen. So then I start looking for him, like, my cousins and I, we start walking around looking for him, and just, pues a la misma vez, just kind of like going through the park and looking for him. Nowhere to be found. Fernando is like, I don't know where Fernando's at. So then I ended up calling you, right, Fernando? You had a cell phone at that time?
Yeah, at that time I had a phone.
Okay. So I ended up, and this is, how old were we? Like, I had to have been 15, 16?
I already had the crumb break, so...
I was 16, you were 17 then maybe?
No, you were 17, I was 18.
17, 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was 17, he was 18. I still had a pager. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 18, so that's a different story. But, so I end up figuring out a phone. Like, I don't know if it was my cousin's or like I don't know how I end up getting a phone. And I call him, and he's just like, oh, I left. And I was just like, what do you mean you left? He's like, yeah, I left. And I don't even know if you're like, even if you said anything then or there, but you're just like, I left. You can figure, like, I was like, you're supposed to be like, he picked me up from my house. He was supposed to take me back home. And no, he just left me in Maywood. Like, yes, I'm assuming, I'm hoping you would have processed the fact that my cousins were there and that I could have gotten a ride back home with them and wouldn't have left me if they wouldn't have been there. But sure enough, he left me. I still can't believe you left me.
You want to go be a groupie with Montes?
But you knew that I was going up there.
I would have shared my love with you, fucking tears coming down my eyes. Left you a page and you wanted to be a groupie
But
with
you
Montes?
didn't acknowledge the page either the next day. You didn't acknowledge the page the next day.
That should have been you.
Why me?
Because I had already broken down my heart to you.
Well, long story short, after that, I ended up, sure enough, getting a ride back home with my cousins, thankfully. So they brought me home. And then I don't remember how we ended up, did we end up talking about it that night or the next day, or?
I think the next day.
And did I bring it up or did you bring it up?
I don't remember that.
Well, then it ended up coming up in conversation, and I asked them, I was like, well, why didn't you bring it up? Like, that was my argument. Like, what if you had forgotten? Like, what if you didn't remember that you had done made the page? Like, you didn't want me to know? Like, I don't know. Like, it was just like, I felt in that moment that he should have been the one to bring it up to me. And he still to this day thinks that I should have brought it up to him. Well, yeah. So after that, we ended up hanging out some more and getting closer and closer, but it wasn't like we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, we weren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend. Yes, we would like kiss, hold hands, be flirty, but we were still nothing official. Till one day, do you remember how you asked me out?
Yeah.
How'd you ask me out?
We were at my house.
Uh-huh.
And then I just said, so you'll be my girlfriend or what?
That's like his infamous line. Like, literally, we were chilling at his house, and we were talking, and then all of a sudden he's just like, so what? Are you gonna be my girlfriend or what? Like, that was just how he asked me. Yo de mensa, I was like, yeah.
What do you mean the mensa?
Well, I should have said, like, that's not how you asked me. Like, you should have asked me nicer.
It almost sounds like I made you say yeah.
No. And what year was that? I'm always bad with my years. 2002?
That was 2002, yeah.
And we're here.
No,
it was 2002.
No. Was it?
Yeah, 2002. So
Yeah,
how many years?
2002.
So how many years are we in the making?
17.
17. So 17 years since we've been
No, it's
dating.
gonna be 18. 18 actually. My bad.
18?
Yeah, it's been 18 already. Cause we were together 3 years before Yaya. So 2002, and then Yaya was born in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
We started dating
October
18th.
October 18th, 2002. And then,
Yeah, I was born in 2005, September. So a little bit less than 3 years. And and then obviously, I was the best thing that ever happened to her.
He is the best thing that ever happened to me.
That's all I gotta say.
I love you very, very much, Fernando, and I've had a very blessed and happy 18 years with you.
Hey, wait for the rest. Wait for the rest. The best thing is yet to come.
Well, there you guys have it. How Fernando and I became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yep.
Still the same. Lack of words. He has lack of communication still. Still work in progress on
I
Fernando.
don't lack communication. I just prefer not to use a lot of words.
All right. If you guys want to hear more story time, we have how we found out about Yahaira, how we found out about Maddox, living at my parents' house.
You said you're doing homework.
Living at,
What do I hear people?
renting from my parents. Then when we bought our house.
What do I hear people?
And the story continues.
Okay, who are you talking to?
So, like and subscribe if you guys want to continue hearing some more story time from us. And leave it in your comments. Leave in the comments what you guys would like for us to tell next.
Did you go through it properly?